I'm Jerry Ganfield, and we're at the Steele County History Center, where we put together an exhibit celebrating the 50th anniversary of Little Theatre of Owatonna. There were three of us on the committee, and working with the executive secretary, Sharon Stark, who's been with the organizations for all those 50 years, we put together an exhibit that talks about this 50th year, where they've taken one play from each of the 5 decades and have repeated it, plus added another play this year. So we put together an exhibit that kind of showed those 50 years of when they first started with one-act plays at Washington School. And one of the driving forces in the group was Vita Alexander, who directed the first play, Three Men on a Horse. And she was a dynamic individual, and one of my favorite pictures in the display is of her showing the men in Guys and Dolls how to shoot craps, because most of them didn't know how, and she was quite a dynamic and social individual. I personally got to know her because she liked to give parties in conjunction with plays, and even when she was no longer directing, and supported the theater and was always concerned about how it was going. And over those 50 years, the community has put on 201 plays under 57 different directors. So it's quite a history. And this year, of course, we're doing those repeats from those decades, as well as doing Grease, which will be a first-time musical for the theater. And our exhibit tries to focus on all the aspects of the theater, not just performance on stage, but who puts together the costumes, who puts together the props, and how important they are for the actors to do a good job, that they have to be where they are and ready to go each performance. And of course the costume, people that create the costumes, I mean, they've done some really wild things. In this most recent play, of course, they have a trap door where somebody has to disappear like the Wicked Witch of the West through the floor. And here we also have collages in the exhibit that show many pictures from most of the plays over those 50 years. And we have part of the exhibit, we have a recent script which was signed by the author and given to the director, Craig Berg, who is going to be the director of Grease in the spring. The committee had a lot of fun putting the exhibit together, showing those 50 years, and we hope you will stop by and see it yourself at the Steele County History Center, where our mission is preserving and sharing history today for tomorrow.